Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be going around and showing you guys all of my spring propagations I've been doing. Not necessarily spring, it is, well, I took them in January, it is now February, so they're not necessarily quite springy plants yet, but the spring is coming. There's like, what, 36 days left until spring, the first day of spring, but who knows what that actually means. Anyways, so if you guys are new here, hello, I am Emma, and I am doing a no-buy all of 2022. We're attempting to do a no-buy. I have purchased one plant. I talked more about that on my Instagram. So if you guys want to follow me there, it's also my same name, Emma's Plant Wonderland. But yes, I did purchase one plant so far this year. I am going to be doing like an update month by month video at the end of 2022 on like my thoughts as going through the motions on this no-buy, so I hope that's a fun video. Anyways, that's off topic, but I'm doing a no-buy, so I'm trying to trade for all of the plants that I'm getting. Obviously, that's the point of not buying plants, is to not buy them. So I've been taking lots of propagations. I think the propagation video that I took most of these cuttings is going up tomorrow, and it's probably been like 2 or 3 weeks since I filmed that video by the time you're seeing it. So there's already kind of growth happening. It's been a while. It's not major growth, but there's some changes anyways, good and bad. And so I'm going to show you guys some of my prop boxes and some of my plants in my grow tent. And I think I have a few propagations downstairs that I just have kind of sitting. One of them is sitting in a McDonald's cup, so you can use whatever as you want for propagation methods. I'm going to be showing you guys a few different forms of propagation methods that I do. I have three prop boxes. One of them is solid sphagnum, and then two of them is like a perlite and sphagnum mix. And then in my grow tent, I have some propagations in water, some propagations in sphagnum. So I'm kind of going to be showing you guys a few different methods that I really like and that work for me and that are simple and easy, and that's just, you know, how I like my plants, simple and easy. Oh, also I'm using a mic. I attempted to use a mic in the last video I filmed, and like you could still hear me through my phone mic, like the mic that's on my phone, but this mic was not working, so fingers crossed it's working, because when I did a trial run when I first got it in the mail, it worked just fine. So I don't know what I did yesterday to not get it to work, but hopefully it's working now and you guys can hear me crystal clear, and it's just improves the video quality. And yeah, now all I need to figure out is how to not look at myself in my screen and look at the camera, so I'm looking at you guys instead of looking at myself, because I really struggle with not looking at you guys and looking at myself, because yeah. Anyways, what should we do first? Let's go to the grow tent first, because I think that it's more fun. Okay, so these are the majority of the propagations that I have living in my tent. There are a couple on the ground, and I do have some propagations going, or what plants that look like propagations that are not going to be propagations, at least as of currently, like this serpens that I'm possibly killing, and then I have a silver Columbia back there, and then a Billietier that's not for trades, but the majority of everything else is. There is a painted lady right there. I'm not really sure what I'm doing with it. I really want like a beautiful painted lady, but at the same time, I'm not caring for that painted lady like I should be, so it's just, yeah, it's kind of a hot mess. But I'm just gonna go kind of show you guys everything that I have for trades, that I know that I'm having for trades currently, or for sale too. I've had a few people ask me about my white princess, but they don't have anything for trade, and they really want one. So I've kind of thought about doing some plants for sale, but probably only locally. Or, you know, locally as in the state of Iowa. I don't really know what I'm going to do with that yet. But if there's anything you're interested in, definitely message me on Instagram and we can chat on there. That's the easiest. Again, like I said, my name is just Emma's Plant Wonderland. Here, same on YouTube. So I have a few strawberry shakes. And honestly, the 2 propagations I took aren't doing that well. Like, this leaf is definitely yellowing. This was the bottom one, but it's like a fully rooted plant. So I might lose this leaf, but I'm not concerned about the node, but I'm kind of upset because this leaf was so beautiful. I mean, it's still gorgeous, but there is some yellow hints to it. Then there's this kind of sad story. I put this in sphagnum right away, like I did the rest of them, and it like shriveled up instantly. And so the leaf started yellowing like the next day after I propagated it. So it's been holding on for a long time. There's no visible rot anyways on the node, and the roots are not the worst, but also not the best. There's some like algae growing on the roots, and I've cleaned it off like 3 times and it just keeps coming back. Do you see how some of the roots are kind of like hazy almost? So I'm not really sure if this plant has some sort of, I don't know what's going on with the roots, but I just plucked it out of the sphagnum and stuck it in this water. We might lose it. The node looks okay as in right now, so I don't know, but that leaf is definitely a goner. This is like the top cutting, probably the cutting I'm going to keep, because this is what I did the last time when I cut it. There are some new healthy roots coming in though. They're really nice. So that one's probably not going to go anywhere, and if it does, it's going for cash for sure. And in here is an old cutting I took way back when I cut this plant the first time. And so this is one of the bottom, or one of the original leaves I got when I got this plant. And then it has like 3 nodes from the original stem. And then this is the new growth point. And it's working on a new leaf there. This one is pretty well rooted too. It's just taken a while to push out more leaves, but that's okay. There's a really nice variegation there too though. So that's nice to see, since it came from a leaf with very little variegation. It's nice to see that good amount there. So this I would be willing to trade for too, but like I said, it has 3 nodes in there. So I've kind of been thinking about cutting off this baby once it has a little bit more aerial root, and then causing that node that it grew from to be a spent node. But as long as I keep it in my care, I wouldn't have a problem with that, because I don't want there to be any confusion about, you know, this plant has, or this leaf has 3 nodes, but one of them spent. Like, I don't want any confusion with that, so I'd want to keep it in my house or in my collection. But I've considered cutting off this new growth point because there are 3 nodes down there, like I've said a million times. Anywho, here is super dry variegated monstera, the Borsigiana, or small form. It is rooted in here, as you can see, like it does not come out. So it is a rooted top cut, but I need to repot it. Honestly, it needs more space to grow. And then right here is the Forgetii that I'm going to keep, and it's pushing out a new leaf. And here is the Forgetii that I separated from this plant, the smaller one, and that's also pushing out a new leaf. And this one I'm probably going to trade, or attempt to trade. And then let's do the white princesses next. So I have 4 white princess, and they're all doing very well, in my opinion. So this is the base plant, so this is like fully rooted. There are, I can't remember if there's one under the soil, but I believe there are 3 nodes. There are 3 nodes above the soil anyways. You can kind of see, let me zoom in. You can kind of see down at the bottom right, there's that yellow with red lines. That's a node that's being activated. And then right above that, there is like this growth, but on top of the growth, there's that red dot. That's a growth point. And then there should be a growth point in there. Oh yeah, it is. It is starting to bulge in there. I don't know if you can see that, but in between the stem and the petiole, there is that like white, yellowy, raised part. That's a activated bud going on, and I'm not sure if there's any below the soil. I can't remember, but so that's already starting to push out, or at least activate the new growth. And let's zoom out here. And the leaf has some yellowing, but it's not a crazy amount that it's concerning. Here is a single node leaf that has some yellowing, but it also hasn't gotten any worse. But that's doing good. This plant has some yellowing there at the oldest leaf, and the most variegated leaf is going, but that's okay. The other 3 leaves look healthy still, and this is a top growth, but I did snap off the growth a while back. So that's doing good. And then the one that I'm planning on keeping for now, for sure, is this one. This was like the big top growth cutting. It has 3 growth points. And it has a really nice variegated leaf coming in. So I'm thinking about keeping this one and probably the base cutting, since it has so many nodes, at least for now, just to kind of see how it grows, because this is the first time I've been propagating this plant, this white princess, so I kind of want to see how it grows from just single nodes like this, because it's such a bushy plant, or it turns into such a bushing plant, at least the one that I have. So I don't know if that's just my luck or if it's always a bushy plant, you know, like if all 3 of those nodes will activate and continue to grow. Like, that's what I'm curious to see. Ignore the dirty floor. I need to vacuum it again. But just last night I cut up my mother plant on my micans because it was super scraggly and it had a lot of bald spots, so I wanted to cut it up and give the cuttings a fresh start. So there's some in water. And then I also separated my Philodendron Soderoy affinis, or AFF. I want to trade this part, or maybe the other part, because I did kind of rip all of these roots off, so that's why it's in water. But there's a whole video, a chores video coming out soon that shows me destroying this plant in it. I have some jungle boogie. Honestly, I don't know. I love this plant, but like the whole mother plant I had basically died, so I don't know. There's some Micans babies. Right here is some, what are you called? Gigas. This is the top cutting. It's honestly growing in super wonky, so I might cut it even more. That's basically it for right there. I am air layering these 2 philodendron right here. This is a Philodendron Splendid, and this is a Philodendron Majestic. They're both hybrids, and they have half varicosum in each. I can't remember what the other ones are, but yeah, I'm air layering them currently. This bottom one is like fully air layered, like it has full roots. This one is just starting out to get some roots there. This one, I haven't seen any root growth like on the outside where the plastic is, so I'm not really sure how it's going because I haven't checked it, but I am getting another new leaf, so that's exciting. Gosh, it's coming off like super blue in here when I don't even have blue lights, so that's kind of funny. Never noticed that before. It's not this blue in real life. I think that's pretty much it for sure that I'm ready to say out loud that I'm going to be trading for. And like I kind of said when I don't know when I said this or if I said this, but two, if there's any plants that I have in my collection that you're like, oh my gosh, I would just love to have like a cutting, message me too, because there's a lot of plants that I'd be willing to cut, to like dead cut, which is not the best word, but I'd be willing to, you know, if you're like local or something and we can meet up in person. So yeah, look at this new leaf on my, what are you called? Esqueleto has whatever they called, secondary fenestrations. So it's getting its maturity back, and it's starting to at least acknowledge that there's a piece of wood. Oh, look at that. These ones down here kind of dried up, but they definitely stuck on. So I don't know if I should put more tape over that to try to keep the humidity up. I don't know. But I'm so excited. Obviously, eventually I'll cut it, but I'm just going to give it some time to like chill out now that it's starting to push out leaves, because there are so many nodes. Like there's one, I guess there's only 3 nodes that don't have leaves on it, but it just looks, it's a lot of space. And it's basically outgrown the whole plank there already, so I need to do something with it eventually, I guess. Prop boxes. Okay, so I just laid out all of my prop boxes here, and we'll just kind of go over them. I normally have them like all stacked up, but this will just be easier. So I guess we'll just start this one first because this is all micans. So last night, like I said, I cut up my mother plant. That was super scraggly. There was a lot of just nodes that didn't have any leaves, and so I just kind of just made up this box quick and just threw everything in here, and hopefully we'll get some new growth and some roots. This next one has a little bit more going on. There are a couple micans in here, like here, and here's a baby one that I just threw in here last night. There are, right here is a pink princess, right here is a pink princess, and then right here, right there is a pink princess with the new growth coming out. It already has a leaf coming out there. And then these 3 plants here in the back are Variegated Epipremnum. So far, this is the only one that has roots. So I don't know if I should take these out and stick them in water. And this one too, I don't know if it's because it's white, but it has like algae growing on the leaves. So I don't know. I don't know what's happening. And then these are runners that probably will never root at this point. I potted this all up together originally on my Instagram like months ago, and these are runners of a medium Spider-Man, and they don't have any signs of growth. This is some kind of, what are you? Syngonium. I don't really know which Syngonium it is, but I'm pretty sure it's a Syngonium. Right here is a Philodendron. It's not the Dean McDowell, it's the other one. Postazanum. That I got in a trade last year, and I kind of rotted the roots, and so now it's in here. But the stump does have some like active growth points. So let's hope something happens. I don't know. What else is in here? These are some Syngonium Elbow nodes. Oh, they have some mold on them, so that's exciting. And then here in this little pot is a Syngonium aurea, and it has a new growth point because I killed it, and now it's coming back to life. So it's just chilling in here for some extra humidity. Hopefully that helps. I don't know. So here is my last prop box that, oh, there's a Micans in here too. I better lay that down. I must have just plopped them in there. So it has a lot of Hoya over here. I don't know what kind of Hoya it is, but it's a Hoya. And then here is an Begonia Chlorasticta, the green Chlorasticta that had living in a plastic baggie for months. And then when I finally got this prop box going again, I stuck it in here so it had more room to grow. And then here is some Hoyas that I got from the planted cauliflower in our collaboration last year. This is a Hoya Syngensis or whatever, like the black, I get like black leaves. And here's another Hoya. Here's a Hoya, what are you called? So this one here is a Hoya australis lisa, and then down here is my Hoya sunrise, and then I have a Hoya, crap, what are you called? I can't remember what it's called, but it has like the rectangle leaves. And then right here is just gloriosum propagation thing. I kind of rotted the roots on my Philodendron gloriosum, so I separated it and put 2 stems of it in water and then 1 in here. Those plants that I just listed, like the single Hoyas anyways, currently I'm probably not going to be taking cuttings of or trading because, yeah. But whatever this is, I don't know what it is, but it's very weird. Those are probably all for trade. I don't know what they are. And then right here is kind of like a forest of Monstera dubia or whatever you call it. I cut up a bunch of strands off my big plant. And there are some little roots being activated on some of them, but also some of them are doing nothing. So I don't know, they're just chilling out for now. But there are quite a few cuttings, and I think there's 2 top cuttings in here. So hopefully I'll be able to get those rooted and up on planks soon. Okay, so I also have some Syngonium Elbow. There are 2 top cuttings. I think I'm going to keep this top cutting because it has the best variegation. And then there are, I guess let me take them out. And I have some single node cuttings in here. There are some roots starting, but yeah, so I have some of those. I also have a crap ton of Philodendron lemon lime, heartleaf, Hadoraceum, whatever you call it. This is the strand I have upstairs in my grow tent, but I have a crap ton. So if you guys want any of that, just let me know. I think that's pretty much it for at least the plants that I'm propagating currently. I have a couple plants that I'm thinking about propagating and haven't started that process yet. So if you guys are interested in trading with me, definitely hit me up on Instagram. That'll be the easiest way to communicate. And yeah, and 2, again, like I said, if there's any plants that you're interested in and I don't have propagating right now, definitely hit me up. I'm probably willing to take a cutting for, you know, if you have one of my wish list plants. I do have a wish list plant video that I posted a few weeks ago. I'll have that link down below if you guys haven't seen it. Those are just kind of like, I don't even know if it was like 18 or 19 plants. That's kind of just like the headliners, honestly. I have quite a long list of plants that I would love to grow. So if you're like, oh, the plants I have aren't on that list, still message me, because there's a lot of plants that I have been looking for but didn't include them in that video because I didn't want to make it, 3 days long. So yeah. Anyways, the moral of this video is message me on Instagram if you want to trade or buy or anything. If you want to just talk about plants, hit me up. I'm there. Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a like and this emoji down below. You know what to do. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. You guys, I was just talking for like 10 minutes, rambling about nonsense and not filming, not recording any of this. Okay. Hello. I'm wearing a mic too. I hope it works. This is going to be my second video attempt at using this mic. The first time I think it like was dead or something, even though the lights was on. I don't really know. I didn't hear any sound quality difference that I thought I was when I did try it out like when I first got it, just to hear it, and it worked just fine. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong now, but anyways, going to do my intro again since I wasn't recording any of that. Annoying. Okay. I kind of rotted the roots on the I kind of oh my god, I can't speak.